Hi, everybody. It's Bobby Allison and my best buddy Lou, and I'm here to talk about how to reduce stress, uncertainty, chaos. The news. The doctor bill, the vet bill, all that kind of stuff. And for years, I have dealt with problems with stress. As a retired firefighter and paramedic, I dealt with stress all the time, and I dealt with high levels of cortisol. And it's absolutely amazing that a dog can actually smell cortisol on your breath. Now, dogs don't have to be trained to smell stress or anxiety on their human. It's something that has evolved over the 150,000 years that we've been together, domesticated canines and human beings. So the dog instinctively can sense when there is a chemical imbalance in your body as a result of stress. And of course, stress is can be brought on by environmental situations, or it can be brought in by emotional and internal situations. What happens is that there's a bi-directional communication between your PFC, the prefrontal cortex, and the amygdala inside your brain. And what happens is when there's all these hyper releases of cortisol, it causes that bi-directional signals to basically get all jumbled up, and some of it actually shuts down. So your ability to be able to use your prefrontal cortex to be able to rationally think things through is greatly reduced. And so there's where the management comes in to what you can do. So what Lou does for me, because I've always dealt with stress ever since I was a firefighter and a paramedic, dealing with high levels of cortisol all the time. I ended up having PTSD, and so I understand how stress works. And Lou is it started out as my service animal. She's like a pet service animal now. But she's able to sense, and she's had a little bit of training. But most dogs don't need, almost all breeds of dogs don't need any special training. It becomes as natural to them as in their DNA to smell things like the cortisol on your breath, to actually be able to sense a rapid increase of heart rate and respirations. So they recognize that something is going on. This can be a great help because it basically is like a pre-warning for you. If you pay attention to your dog, you'll notice that your dog will come over, and when you're kind of feeling down, or if you're getting angry or something, if you'll notice that your dog will come over and try to see what's going on and see if there's something they could do. If you ignore them, they'll go away, and sometimes you hurt their feelings by doing that, because all they're trying to do is help. And to trying to reduce the trauma, right? The drama. I mean, not trauma, but you could have trauma, but the drama. So dogs have the ability to be able to actually smell over 1,000 different chemical compounds. That's absolutely extraordinary. And of course, that's why we use them for sniffing for bombs and for drug intervention and all that, is because these are amazing animals, and their olfactory sensory mechanisms have developed over the millennials into this fantastic animal. Perhaps only some like some bears. I know the polar bear has extraordinary olfactory sensory, but I don't know that anybody's ever studied that. But I don't think that a polar bear probably can identify 1,000 different chemical compounds. So it's too bad they can't talk, huh? And so yeah, right, Louis. And so a lot of times, that's why you'll see a dog will sniff your breath. Yeah, is that they want to see what you ate, but also they gather sensory information from your breath. Biological chemical information that they actually can interpret. So what they're looking for is oxytocin. So that's why they want to look you in the eye, and it works for them and for you. So if they see you getting stressed out, a lot of times your dog will come, and if you'll notice, they'll look you right in the eye. And that stimulates oxytocin in both humans and in animals as well. The eye contact. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm going to have to study up more about that. There is a 2002 study by, and let me look at my notes here, by the Queens and I think it's Belgrade University. I'll put it in the description below or in the comments. Belgrade, I believe it was, Queens and the Belgrade, the 2002 study on dogs, the group of dogs that they used, 93% of the time were able to identify stress categories such as the actually sweat and breath. So they were able to detect levels of cortisol. These studies have been peer-reviewed. Other experiments have been done to verify that those experiments are right. So we are very certain that dogs are actually capable of doing this. And so this can be utilized. We can utilize this to help us in our own private lives. Now, there's more we need to do, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. It's called mindfulness, and there's also a form called mindfulness meditation. There is a doctor by the name of John, Jon, Zinn, Zinn, who is a marvelous medical physician who's been around for 40, 50 years, who also is a Buddhist monk. And he developed the medical form of mindfulness meditation, and that is really important for stress. And so that's how the dog can alert you, and that gives you your trigger, and then you can utilize certain tools like mindfulness. Doesn't have to be that, but you can develop tools that will help you reduce stress. So it's absolutely fascinating, and that's why our pups are important, not only for just our companionship, but they help to make the world a better place. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day, and bye-bye now. Till I see you later. See you.